It has begun, guys. I mean, people thought we were just joking around. Today's video is absolutely just mind-boggling. I mean, is it truly? Because we talked about these things taking place a long time ago, guys, and it's coming into fruition. This is where... So listen to this. If we were right about all these other events taking place, why wouldn't we be right about XRP being at a high price at one point in time, right? Now, you guys know what's the easiest way, or how to know when XRP will moon? The easiest way, guys, is to see these events take place. Exactly like this right here. From Wall Street Silver, lots of reports on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit of problems at Bank of America. What? Many customers are missing money and not getting answers. Hold on a moment. Guys, today's video is absolutely crazy. Listen very carefully because there's going to be a ripple effect throughout the world.
So I'm a Bank of America and everybody's missing money. I'm also missing money over $1,300 and they're telling me to call customer service. And they keep hanging up on people. This another person here is also missing money. So we're trying to see what's going on. Money's missing today and we need our money. And they're already telling us to call customer service. And customer service ain't doing nothing about it. So just a heads up, if anybody's experiencing this, please let us know because this is not right. I'm missing $1,400 from my account. And they're telling me that there's no way they can help us. This guy's missing money too. This other person is missing money too. And you missing money too? There you go. So this is not something that's just one person. This is everybody's happening to them. And this is crazy. This is very crazy. Yes, Bank of America decided to take people's money without their consent. And we're asking what's going on and they're giving us a runaround. Everybody for the same thing, man. Same thing.
Problem, reaction.
So I'm a
solution. Say it with me, guys. Problem, reaction, solution. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Listen to this. Is it truly happening in Bank of America, right? Or is this just a misunderstanding? Because if this is a bank run, guys, right? Slowly but steadily, it's game over. The collapse is inbound. I mean, these were the events we were waiting for all this time, guys. The Great Default. This points towards what? The GR. The reset great, right? You guys know. Everybody about to learn the hard way what fractional reserve banking is. Unfortunately, the hard way is the only way most people will learn. What is meant by a bank run? How liquidity issue causes bank runs. Remember about liquidity, right? It's fascinating because Chris Larsen stated a long time ago, many years ago, that liquidity, whichever coin, whoever can provide a lot of liquidity, guys, will win in the long run, right? It's all about what? Liquidity. Because so much money needs to be moved around. Now, the situation takes place in fractional reserve banking systems where banks only maintain a small portion of their assets as cash, right? As more customers withdraw their money, there is a likelihood of default, and this will trigger more withdrawals to a point where the bank runs out of cash. That's why it's called a bank run, guys. So it's not happening to only one person, by the way. Happened to my son. No one is helping him. Bank of America is sending him to Zelle customer service. The Zelle sends him back to BOA. He is now negative in his account by thousands of dollars. What? WEF predicted the next thing was a cyber attack after this as well. Come on, guys. Bingo was his name, Mo, right? So the easiest way we know when XRP will moon is quite simple, folks. And there's a reason why nobody's coming out and stating XRP's moon date, right? Because if anybody knew XRP's moon date, they wouldn't come out publicly and state, hey, it's going to be on this specific date, because then probably the timeline would change, and they don't want that to happen, guys, right? So it is fascinating, guys. Can you imagine a run on these banks, right? I hope this is just a one big misunderstanding. I said the exact same thing 3-4 days ago. Bank of America knows exactly what they are doing, and any of you reading this comment should pull your funds out today. Wow. Interesting stuff, guys. Very fascinating. Now, you know how the past proves the future and the future proves the past? The reason why we knew that bank runs will, an event that becomes more and more often, right? That will happen is because it happened in the Bank of China, right? They froze millions of dollars, guys, last year. Bank run. More videos emerge of Russian bank accounts holders being told they can't make withdrawals, right? It's been happening, guys, not only in a specific country, nation, but it looks like throughout the world, right? Even though this was in the past, but still. The reason why this is so crazy is because, from Fame 21 more, Kramer sells or says to sell all of your crypto and stuff it in a JP Morgan bank run, perhaps looming. Check this out, because we know Jim Cramer plays the fool, right? Whatever he says, or most thing he does state, the opposite usually takes place. Listen to this.
And I like to have my money at JP Morgan, and I check on Monday to see whether my balance is there.
I check on Monday to see whether my balance is there, JP Morgan, and it's there. Wait a moment.
It feels good. Try getting your money out. When I had money, I'm not going to mention the firm that I had my money in, but it was a fight to get the money out. A fight. And I think that everybody who owns these various coins, Solana.
So then he talks about cryptos and whatnot. Again, guys, I'll just be very wary because there will be more bank runs incoming, right? Definitely. I mean, it's not out of the question, guys. It's so simple. Who told us from the beginning of time? Remember, these riddlers are here to help us, right? Why would they mislead someone, guys? Right? You guys can see how ATM, and then over here, this video right here, guys, pulling money out of this machine, right? Now listen to this, guys. It connects to the next few videos and tweets. FDIC quote: "You don't want a huge run on the institutions, and they're going to be." Another major clip from the FDIC meeting showing this is going down soon. They are expecting it, by the way, right? The past proves the future proving the past, guys. If this goes down during 2023, we can expect the mother of all Fed QE, meaning print as much as money possible, right? $5 trillion instantly. To what? To bail out the banking system. Wow. And massive amounts of congressional stimulus and bailouts. Wow. Again, stimulus checks inbound, guys. UBI. We're getting so close to the collapse. This is not funny at all. Then FDIC saying, I do think it's hard to get a lot of demand for transparency right now in this sort of period of peacetime, but this is going to flip, and it's going to flip faster than we saw in 2008. Saying it plain and simple, this is way worse than 2008. Now I'm not going to play this video, but I'll have the links after show. What I am going to play is this video right here, but with this person in this video will expose these people's body language, right? So let's check this out. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say this, that this is another reason why I don't have a lot of money in the bank, guys, is because of these exact problems, right? I'm literally 95%, if not more, into cryptocurrencies right now. I'm all in, basically. I have a little bit of cash, and just in case on the sidelines, guys, in case if anything does occur, right? If something crazy happens, a black swan, or I'm waiting for a dump to occur, so I could just go literally all in at that point in time. I already am all in, but I still have a little bit of cash on the sidelines just in case, guys.
Wall Street Silver was kind enough to post the snippet. I guess they don't make it very easy to find it on their website, and I am not a super sleuth. So anyways, this is the FDIC. They're having a meeting pretty much about, their job as an insurer to you and I, us plebs in the banking industry, in case something were to happen and our money was gone. And, they're the ones that would step up and say, oh, don't worry about it. So-and-so, they took a few hundred, here's a few hundred. And what I saw in here should scare you.
I wondered whether there are some market tests of whether you're being heard. And I think about TLAC. So TLAC should respond to good and bad news about the institutions, and it's really important.
All right, so you see the room dynamics here. They are going to zoom in on the gentleman that is speaking. Now, this gentleman right here, while he was speaking on TLAC, I don't know what TLAC is, but gives him a point of yes, yeah, body movements in the positive, reinforces the positive, pointing at that guy. Yeah, everyone else is listening. It's actually an active listening. This is not a meeting of people that are made to go and they don't have anything to gain from it. Because most of the time you go to a meeting, there's nothing that anyone is saying that you don't already know. The boss is not going to tell you anything new that may help you in the future. So to see people actively leaning forward and giving good eye contact and listening says that this kind of meeting is actually important because they find it important, and you and I should find it important.
I mean, it's a little bit conflicted, right? I mean, it's important that people understand they can be bailed in, but you don't want a huge run on the institution. But they're going to be. And it could.
People need to understand you could be bailed in, but you don't want a huge run on the institutions. The other guy, he's reading something and he's listening at the same time. He's not as active participant in this particular section, but he is listening because he hears it. He puts that paper down, like stretches out his shoulders a little bit, goes back in the chair like, Okay. And the guy who's speaking, he's pretty tight as he is speaking.
Be an early warning signal.
So he's not letting his arms go out and encompass the other two. He's staying within his territory. And that could just be all the tightness is him staying within his territory of his section of his chair. He doesn't want to encroach on either male on each side of him. And that is just a social dynamic. It has nothing to do with what's coming out of his mouth.
To the FDIC and the primary regulators when these things happen. And there may be some other prices, this is similar to what Jay was saying, in the market that you can tell whether people understand who's going to be protected, who isn't going to be protected. It would be, I think, an interesting study to look at the evolution of
when he was doing his fingers at the very last clip here.
I wanted to state that there is an insurance of what was it, up to $250,000 in a bank, right? And now they're discussing about future bank bail-in. A future bank bail-in event, guys. We'll talk about that in just a little bit.
Here. His fingers are saying something. His mouth pauses, but his fingers still go, which is indicative of someone who's trying to tell you the truth, but at the same time, because you hear the shakiness in his voice, and he's pausing before his mouth speaks, but his body is speaking, says he's trying to filter it to some degree. The body and the mind are not disagreeing, but it would be like me choosing the word fire instead of inferno. Inferno says, oh my God, we're gonna die. Fire says, we can handle it, it's okay. But basically, they both mean the same thing. Destruction.
market prices in a situation like March of 2020, for example, and see whether people understood what might happen. Right?
Now, unfortunately, that would be really good to sit there and see more of that whole entire meeting. And if somebody has the link, I may dig into it. I can't promise a video for it, but I may.
So, in contrast to a bailout, a bail-in is intended to rescue a failing bank by making its creditors and shareholders bear the cost of recapitalizing the bank through conversion of some or all of the bank's bail-in debt into common shares. So they're talking about some type of event that will take place in the future that we'll see a bail-in event take place, right? Is intended to rescue a failing bank. We just talked about a few bank runs take place that already have happened, guys, right? So these people know what's upcoming. That's for sure. What do you believe will take place? You let me know. But if you guys do have a lot of cash, a lot of money in the bank, guys, I would just be very careful at this point in time, right? Not financial advice. But anyways, that's all for you guys. Amazing. See ya.